So today we're going to talk about the Phillips Dreamwear full face mask and how it compares to other Cpap devices I've used. Now, I have been using a Cpap machine for probably close to 3 years almost. I was diagnosed at the beginning of 2016. Before that, I had always had trouble snoring. I had had horrible night's sleep where I would wake up every morning and I would feel like I just slept on the floor of a bus station bathroom, just getting kicked by everybody who walked in the door. It was a nightmare. And I would wake up so many times a night, just like, it would feel like I was waking up from a nightmare. I would be out of breath, I would be sweaty, my heart would be racing, and then I'd have to go to the bathroom. And I thought, oh my God, like I'm waking up a bunch of times a night to go pee. What's the deal? And it turned out that I had sleep apnea. The reason for having to go to the bathroom so much is that when you can't breathe, your heart struggles, your lungs struggle, and then you wake up gasping for air. And that sudden jolt kicks your adrenaline into high gear and makes your bladder kind of activate. It's kind of a fight or flight response. And so the first face mask I tried, it was a front, like just over the nose kind of mask, like one of the ones they give you in the hospital or they, use on TV to gas mask you during surgeries or something. And the problem with that was it would spray into my eyes. The seal was terrible because of how big my nose is. I have like a giant schnoz, and the thing is that the seal wouldn't be great right here, and it would just spray into my eye, and I'd wake up and be like, and in the middle of the night, it's not fun. So I tried the nasal pillow mask, and I've been using the nasal pillow mask for, actually almost 2 years I've been using the nasal pillow mask, and it's been great. But as you can see, I've got all this, like, chapping and everything else, and it really dries out my sinuses, like, really bad, to the point where in the morning when I wake up, the entire world hits me right in the nasal passages. I have to take an allergy med every day. And what it does is it basically dries out my sinuses. So that as soon as I take it off, all the humidity, even though my machine has a humidifier on it, all the humidity of the world around me and all the allergens and everything get into it. And it just kicks my butt. So this was my old mask. And as you can see, it's just basically sits right up against and inside of my nose here, and it keeps my mouth open to breathe, but the problem is that my mouth opens when I'm sleeping. So basically I wasn't getting the air I was feeling I needed. Now I can breathe through my mouth with this and I don't have any problems. Now the other problem is that I'm going to take this off for a second, and you can see my nose is very red, very raw from wearing this every night. Now you can see I have some marks here from wearing the mask, but that's just, it comes with the territory. They wear off in the morning and you just, suck it up. It is what it is. I'm going to go ahead and put the regular mask, the new mask on, and see how it feels, and I'll talk a little bit about that. Okay guys, so I got the new mask, and pardon the hair, it's a little screwed up, whatever. It's just kind of does this when I take it out of a hat in the morning now. So I got the new mask, and it's a lot of contraption here, as it looks. It's a lot of contraption. The cool thing about this is that it has these magnetic quick-release tabs on it for these bottom things. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and show you how I put this on. It's a little bit of a struggle. Oop. Okay, maybe not pop the Velcro. So there's the strap here, and this is actually the air tube, and you can see it comes off the top of my head. But it swivels 360 degrees, so I can put it behind my head, okay? At the same time, you can see these two little white things here, and these straps just connect to those magnetically. It's like a snap. There we go. So these go under the ears and down, and then these go over the ears and to the air hole here. Now, I don't know how great this is going to be if you can hear me or not, but I'll try to do it with, what I can do it with. Now here, this is for my nose. This is to breathe through my nose, and it seals up to my nose right here. Okay, and then of course the air comes out into my mouth as well. These dots here are not a diffuser. A diffuser is basically, I'm gonna pull this back a little bit. So basically, I know this looks really weird, but I'm just demonstrating and talking about it. Basically, when you breathe out, it's carbon dioxide, and you don't want to accumulate carbon dioxide in the line here because it can be deadly. It can even cause brain damage and stuff, and it needs a place to go. So while the air is coming in the tube, the diffuser is actually at the tube. So the carbon dioxide, when you breathe out, it's pushed up, back into here, and then it comes out through here because this is constantly pressing air through it. It's a fail-safe, so it doesn't kill you. The other fail-safe thing that I like that's really cool is, if you notice right here, so if the machine cuts off in the middle of the night, and for any reason the oxygen isn't pumping in, I'm not going to suffocate because these little things right here will open up and I'll be able to pull air in and blow air out. So that's a plus too. Okay, so it's a little difficult to get the snaps in, but if I'm in the middle of the night and I got to get up and go to the bathroom for any reason, or I have to disconnect real quick, I can just pull these right off and there we go. Real quick disconnect and just get up and go. That's pretty much that. It's going to take a little getting used to, but at the same time, because I am a bit of a mouth breather, this was necessary. I needed to upgrade to this. This is the Dreamwear full face mask. Now the one I have here, this was a Dreamwear nasal pillow mask. So, and when you get the full face mask from, I get mine through Ocean Home Health, which is a nightmare, but they work with my insurance and it is what it is. I usually get the mediums because the medium stuff seems to work for me the best. My old mask, as you can see, that's a medium as well, so it just worked out that way. But this is the Dreamwear full face mask. It shows a guy reading a book with his wife or whatever in bed. I hope that's his wife anyway. Reading an ebook or watching a video or something. But I don't think that I'm really gonna be wearing my glasses and reading an ebook. I mean, how ridiculous is this to... I'm just gonna actually undo one of the snaps here. I'm not gonna undo both because it makes it a little easier. Getting this thing on is not as comfortable as it looks. So that basically snaps right in, no problems. The pads on the sides get a little bunched up, but they definitely help. Makes it a little softer. And let's see what happens when I try to put my glasses on with this. Yeah, I think this looks ridiculous. The picture of the guy in the picture looks a little ridiculous. I'm not going to be reading a book or doing paperwork with this thing on. I basically wear this to sleep with. Again, I don't foresee myself doing paperwork or anything with this thing on. I basically wear this to sleep, and that's about it. When I go to bed, I go to bed. I sometimes I'll lay here and watch Netflix on my phone, but I don't need glasses for that. I'm just watching Netflix on my phone, and I have headphones in. It can be uncomfortable sometimes, but it is what it is. I feel though that this will give me a better quality of sleep, and I guess we'll let it be for now and see what happens in the morning, and I'll come back to you guys with an update on it. Hey guys, so last night wasn't too bad. I did have a little bit of uncomfortability right here on the sides of my nose. I kept pulling at it, just to kind of try to make it hurt less. The other thing is it would blow up my cheeks a little bit, and I had a little bit of soreness going on right here this morning. Other than that, it seems to be working really well. I had a little bit of an issue with my mouth being really dry when I woke up. And when I woke up to adjust my mask, I noticed my mouth was dry, so I'd kind of have to like, to get some saliva going. Other than that, it wasn't really that bad. I slept pretty well. It was just a little strange because usually I sleep on my side, and so putting my face against the pillow kind of pushed the whole thing a little bit, and it would start to leak from the bottom a bit. I also think that if I get some kind of padding or something, that might help. Something that'll seal a little better on my chin. Just because the padding at the bottom of the chin is a little bit flimsy, like the seal. It's a very thin piece of silicone that curls upward, so it doesn't really have a lot of rigidity to it. So I think if I put like a padding or something there, I'm not sure what kind of padding I would use, but I'll have to look into that. For the most part, this mask worked really well. I slept really good for, the times when I wasn't having issues adjusting to the mask. But this has been one of the most comfortable things that I've worn. I do have to keep it tight and it goes up, and then that top piece has to be tightened up. And the bottom piece here, I shaved earlier today, but I didn't shave last night, so the Velcro was a little bit scratchy against the sides of my chin. And that was basically my only two issues with it. Was I have to get used to it being right in this area here, but it didn't like really leave any, blotchiness or anything like that like my other one did on my nose. So that was a lot more comfortable. It's not intrusive to my nose, which is another reason why I wanted to change over to this. And I got a lot better of a sleep. And I basically stayed in mostly one position all night until the morning came. And then I really didn't want to get out of bed. But all in all, I think this is a good move forward for me. I'm hoping that this, in the long run, is a feasible alternative to my nasal pillow mask, and that I don't develop any kind of blemishes on my face because of it, because it is right in this area here. And this is where I tend to get some like dry skin and some like itching and like some peeling. So I guess in the future, I'll come back with another video about this, and maybe after like a month or so. And that way we can update, what's going on. Anyway, that's about all I got. So thank you guys for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I will see you guys in the next one.